Hi Book Besties, Brianna Sanchez here, your next favorite romance author, and today we are going over my June reading wrapped up. Okay guys, so as you know, we were at the beach house this summer. Also, don't mind my niece, she's back here. I told her that she's going to be listening to the most boring topic ever. Okay, so as you guys know, we were at the beach house this summer, and I thought I was going to have all the time in the world to read, which technically I did, but I got very inspired this summer with my writing projects and so many other things, and also just wanted to enjoy some family time. So this is actually the least amount of books I read this month, but I'm not mad about it because I still got some really good books knocked off my TBR. So this month I ended up reading a total of 13 books. A lot of them were audio as well, so don't get it twisted. So we're gonna start off with my audiobooks. So first things first, I read One True Lovers by Taylor Jenkins Reid. One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I rated that a 5-star. That was an instant 5-star for me. I was so happy. Still have not rated a book of hers under 5 stars. And the story itself was so beautiful. I honestly teared up at the end, even during so many times. I couldn't believe it. It's basically where she has a husband, and then on their 1-year anniversary, he decides to go on a work trip. They're in a helicopter crashes, they can't find his body, and 3 years later, she's already about to get married to someone else, and her ex-husband calls her saying he's alive, and the whole story just ends up getting crazy from there. So I highly recommend reading that one. My next audiobook, I listened to Dolly All the Time by Annabelle Montague. I think that's her latest release. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I honestly think I liked it more than Nowhere Goes Off Script. So that's my second book by her now. I rated that a 4-star. Very much enjoyed it. It's a fake dating trope, so if you're into that, highly recommend it. Next, I listened to Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It. I rated that a 3.75 star. I liked it, but I didn't love it that much. If you guys want to hear more and see my honest reactions for that book, there is a video I'm going to post about a reading week in my life, and honestly, I felt like I just couldn't relate to it, but I did like it, and I know a lot of people could relate to it, and I feel like there were parts where I could have related to it back then, but not so much now. So yeah, it was kind of meh for me. And then next I listened to Mistakes Were Made by Lucy Score. That was book 2 in the Story Lake series. I rated that a 3.25. I actually think I liked it more than book 1 in this series. I very much enjoyed this. I loved how it was kind of a little enemies to lovers, and just the banter is so funny. I feel like Lucy Score and Megan Quinn have very similar banter styles, and she did not disappoint. I loved it so much. I would highly recommend reading it, but I would definitely, if you haven't read book 1, even though it's technically a standalone, I would read book 1 still first, because you kind of might not get a lot of the references. That's a very quick rapid fire of my audiobooks. That's my ratings for those. Let's move on to my Kindle reads. So for my Kindle reads, I started with Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. I did that as a buddy read with book bestie Sarah. I rated that a 4.75. I think she might have rated it a 4 or a 3. We both really liked the banter throughout. The whole story was so intriguing. She kind of didn't like the ending. She felt like it was just getting repetitive. I loved the whole thing. I thought it was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing, and I found myself just wanting to get through it more and more. And honestly, it was such a long book. I feel like that took a decent amount of time of mine, but I loved it. Okay. And next on the Kindle, I read Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. That is her latest release. I just realized I read a lot of new releases this month, but Fever Dream, unfortunately, was probably one of my least favorite Elsie Silver books. Okay, not least favorite, because from her first series, there was a couple that ranked lower, but for the most part, I was not excited to get through this book. I found it very dragging. I think I started this actually in May, when it came out, like the day it came out, and it took me so long to finally get through it, and I was just not excited to. I felt like the characters were good, the story was good, it was all there, but it just didn't feel like her other books. I don't know if it's because she kind of ventured away from a lot of the cowboy stuff, which I don't know. It's like basically a reality TV show like The Bachelor, and like he falls in love with the crew behind the scenes. That's kind of like what the story is about. And he's still like a bull rider, and he lives on a ranch, and like that whole life is still there. It just didn't feel the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too picky though. Okay, next. Oh my gosh. I've been seeing this book all over my For You page now, but I swear when I downloaded this, I did not see it on my For You page. I originally just found it on the Kindle app. Like, I was scrolling, like, just for something different, because I feel like I'm always picking off my TBR. Kind of was looking for a different vibe. I downloaded Our Secret Summer by R.S. Gray. Oh my gosh. I rated that a 4.75. I should have rated a 5-star, honestly. It was so good. I couldn't put it down, honestly. I paused whatever physical book I was reading at the time, and I was like just invested in this story on my Kindle. I told Sarah she needs to read it, so she's actually reading it right now. I loved that book so much. It was so cute. It's basically like this girl, and she goes to Ibiza for the summer, and she's trying to like, she comes from a lot of money, so she's trying to prove herself like she could live on her own. She doesn't need like her family's money, and she ends up falling in love while she's there. But she also has a bucket list that her sister left behind that had passed, and so she tries to complete it all. And it's just like a really cute summer romance book, but it was very well written. Very well written. Honestly, those are the only 3 books I read on my Kindle. That's actually crazy. I started another Megan Quinn book in the month of June, but it's like dragging for me because I probably would have read more, but I had 2 friends come visit me at the end of the month, and so for like 2 weeks, I just was not reading. But anyways, now let's move on to my physical books. So, starting off with One Italian Summer, I rated this a 4.5 star. Looking back, I honestly probably should have rated it like a 4-star. It was a really good book, and honestly not what I thought it was going to be at all. I thought this was going to be more of like a romance book. This was like kind of like a girl finding herself, and it had to do with like her mom passing away and her like kind of navigating life without her mom. And so that was really sweet. Like, I don't think I've ever really read a book like that. So yeah, this one was good. I recommend it. I was waiting to read that in Italy for so long, and I just was like, what am I waiting for? Because I'm not going to Italy right now, although I want to. Okay. Next, I read My Best Friend's Honeymoon by Meryl Wilsner. I rated this a 3-star. This was a sapphic romance. I think this was one of my first sapphic romances. I really, really liked this book. The reason I rated it a 3-star, honestly, is because I had trouble following along at points because this was in third person. Also, I felt like there were parts of the story that kind of lacked for me, but the romance was there. It was really good, and honestly, like, I enjoyed the characters themselves. It was really hard to connect to the characters since it was in third person, if that makes sense. Moving on to The Matchmaker by Ellen Hildebrand. This I rated a 2.25. I didn't love it. This was an interesting story, and like the plot was there, but it was really weirdly written for me. I felt like I was so excited to read a book by this author. I don't know if maybe I picked up the wrong one, or I'm just not really into like her writing style. I ended up having to do half of this on audio and like half physically reading it. So I would not recommend it. My feet are falling asleep. I personally would not recommend it, but it wasn't horrible. But yeah, I would not recommend it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like not making me excited to read another one of her books, unfortunately. Okay, next I read Every Summer After, which I became obsessed with. This is so good. 5-star read for me. If you guys want to see an entire reading vlog where I read and watch it, just go watch this video. I have it here. It's on my channel. It's literally called Every Summer After Read and Watch Vlog. So go watch that. I'm not gonna like talk about it because you guys can listen to the whole thing there. And yeah, I highly recommend that one. Oh, I totally forgot to show you guys. Our Secret Summer, I ended up buying the physical copy because I loved it that much. March. So that's my proof to you guys. Now for Love and Gelato. I was really excited to read this. It was a good book. It was a good young adult book. I'm not like super obsessed with it like I thought I would be. Obviously, I think I'm a little older for it, but it did still feel like a little bit older at the same time, because since they're in Italy, like they're all able to drink, like they're of the drinking age, and like, I don't know. I rated it at 3.75. This was really fun though. I feel like I had the perfect vibes for it. I literally would like eat ice cream while reading this, and I would recommend it to someone, and I'm going to continue to read the next books in the series. So I definitely liked it enough to continue, but I didn't love it to like rate it a 5-star, if that makes sense. I think it's the reading week in my life video that I'm going to be posting soon, so you guys can watch that, where I talk like very in depth about this book, so you guys can hear my opinion for that as well. And then lastly, I think I said 13 books, but technically 14, because Summer Ever After came out this month. This is my book, and if you guys want to know more about it, I also have a video I posted called Summer Ever After Release Day. So this is a book, my 4th book in the Seasons of Love series, and it is basically a second chance romance. You've got the summer vibes, so if you're looking for something new to add to your summer TBR, definitely add this. I think you guys know what my rating is. It's 5-star. If I can go higher, I would. This is actually my favorite book I've ever written. So if you guys want to read any of my books, I highly recommend like starting with this one. If you're a mood reader, starting with this one. But if you're kind of like OCD like me, maybe start with the first one in the series and then work your way to this one. My writing does get better over time, so I don't know. I love that book so much. I'm so proud of it. This is a pretty fast video for my June reading wrap up, but anyways, I'm kind of running late, so I gotta go right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go check out my other videos that I mentioned. Pretty much like all the videos I've been posting this summer will include little like snippets about these books. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what else you want to see from me. I love you, book besties. I hope you have the best day ever, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.